Om Shanti. Today we'll begin with the blessing that Baba has given us. And in the blessing, Baba says, may you become the form of an angel and with the light of knowledge, make the path of effort easy and clear. Baba says, both light and might are clearly visible in the life of an angel. However, in order to become the form of light and might, you need churning power and the power to tolerate. For your mind, you need churning power. And for your words and actions, you need to imbibe the power to tolerate. Then the words you speak and actions you perform will be according to those. When you have both of these powers, the path of effort will become easy and clear for everyone. Now, about this angel. So you know that Baba, when he came for this task of world transformation, he created the subtle region. Okay? He created Brahmapuri, Vishnupuri, and Shankarpuri. And he pulled the buddhi of children so that they can see their angelic form and they could see what the deity world was like, and they could see how to become bodiless and what the bodiless stage is like. Now you see that Baba came with a dimension, or Baba wanted to pull us into a dimension which was very different from our awareness. So at that time when Baba came, or now that we come to Baba, we have a very materially engrossed intellect. So we don't know how to think about an angel. So if I tell you, think about yourself as an angel, what you will do is just add wings to your already existing form. That's it. So we don't have any information about what is the difference between a human and an angel. And we watch movies where the same characters who played something else yesterday, those same actors, they are dressed in white and they have wings, and we believe they are angels. And that's all it takes to become an angel. Now, when Baba came into the body of Brahma Baba and he was trying to give us a glimpse of what our angelic form would be like, he had to show, he had to insert an idea into our mind space which was not there, which was very, very new. So there are mainly three ways in which an idea can become a part of your awareness, a new idea. So there can be visions, there can be dreams, and then there can be explanations. So if you are really explained something, when you go to school, then, gravity is explained to you. And then something that you can't see becomes a part of your awareness through that explanation. And then sometimes you get a dream, and in that dream, you can see something which you've never seen, and that can become a part of your awareness, or visions, which we call sakshatkar in Hindi. So there are many instances of people having sakshatkar and then seeing things which they have not ordinarily seen. So when Baba came, the first thing that he did is he used the method of visions. Yes, so that in the yajna there were a lot of sakshatkars in the beginning. And what happened in those sakshatkar was Baba used to pull the buddhi of the soul to the subtle region and show them a glimpse of what an angelic state is like. And if you have tried to figure out the history of the yajna, then there are instances where Gulzar Dadiji explains that her buddhi was pulled to the subtle region, and there she used to see the angel Brahma Baba. So, Brahma Baba in his complete angelic form, full of light and full of lightness, and then she used to come down, and she was asked, "What did you see?" So she said, "I saw the one here, but he was not like this. He was very nice." So then the elder sisters would just give her a beating and say, "What do you mean? Baba is here and Baba is nice. So why do you say he is not nice and that one was nice?" So she used to say, "Yes, this is Baba, but he was nothing like him. He was very light, very beautiful." So then this way, Brahma Baba used to get an idea about what he has to become. And then just that vision is not going to help. So there was an explanation also, an explanation about what that light and lightness means and how to reach that. So if we just have a vision, then it doesn't help a lot, because I can see probably, I maybe one day in my dream I see a very beautiful form of light which corresponds to my features, and I can get very excited, but I need to understand the pathway to go there. And that's why Baba always gave an explanation corresponding to visions. And Baba, in the beginning, it went like that. So just like, when you go to school, you are shown pictures and then you are explained what those pictures are. So, you are shown an apple and then you are told this is an apple, and then you cut it, it has seeds, and then it tastes like this, and then you're given a taste of it. So that's how you learn. So Baba is today in the blessing teaching us the pathway to become that angel. And Baba says, an angel is the embodiment of light and might. And you know why these days Baba doesn't use the subtle region a lot to give us visions and all? Because now the third method, that of explanation, is so clear and available and profound that no other method is required. So now by understanding, we can fill into our mind space an idea or an awareness which earlier was not there. So we can simply understand the angelic stage, and then because our internal world figures it out, we will be able to put it into practice. So today Baba says that An angelic form is a representative of two qualities, light and might. So, an angel is very light, and light usually corresponds to purity and light of knowledge also. And then very powerful. So, because, although angels are always represented as very frail and light and beautiful, you have never been told that angels could be defeated by anybody. So, angels are always so mighty that they defeat everything. So, angels are not only full of light but also full of might. And today, Baba says, how do you transition into an angel? So, there are two powers that Baba talks about, and first is the power to churn. Okay, and then the second power is the power to tolerate. Now, what is the power to churn? And we all have the power to churn, yes, but we are just using it for the wrong things, right? If you didn't have the power to churn, you could not become such a good lawyer in an argument. Yes. So whenever we have an argument with other people, so we invest all our power to churn, and we come up with really good points, and we come up with what this meant and that meant and what that action of yours meant, and we have really churned over everything. So we know how to churn, but what we have not done is churning enough on things that will give us butter. So we have not churned enough on the purity and the power of the soul, or my relationship with Baba, which is so fulfilling and nourishing, or the real purpose of me, which is to earn the income, or the punya ka khata, which will take me to Satyug. So Baba says, what you have to do is, you have to use your mind to churn first. And in the meditation also we tried that. So what you do is, you withdraw your attention from the old world. So this is a very conscious thing that we do. We withdraw our attention from the old world because we usually keep churning about the old world. Now, if you keep churning dirty water, all you will get is a foul smell. So that's what we do all day. So you have to understand, and in the Murli also today, Baba says that in the old world, there is nothing to churn because it is happening exactly as it is in the drama. It is what it is, whether you like it or not like it, or whether you label it as good or bad or profitable or unprofitable. It is of no consequence. It's effort wasted. So, all your churning on the old world is wasted effort, because it is what it is, and it is like that every 5,000 years. So what you need to do is, you need to detach from your awareness of the old world, your awareness of even your old body and the pulse of the body. So you need to detach step by step from, whatever is going on in the old world, or the relationships that are there, or the work that you do, and also about how your body is feeling, or what are the pulse of your senses at that point of time. And you just go within, and you also detach from those old sanskars which pull you towards the old world. So we have these old sanskars also which are inside of us. So there is the sanskar of criticism or complaint or expectations or other things, and you have to just give up those sanskars also for some time and detach from everything and look at yourself as who you really are. And then churn on your quality of peace and purity and a knowledgeful and loveful state. And then also churn about who you belong to. So you churn about who you are, you churn about who you belong to, and you churn about what is this time and what is your purpose at this time. And your purpose is to use every opportunity in the drama to create the sanskars, the divine sanskars that you're lacking. And just think about who you are, who you belong to, and what is your purpose when you are sitting in this cave of introversion and churning on stuff that matters and stuff that gives you light and might. And Baba says this is the power to churn that you need in order to transform yourself into an angel. And the second power that you need is the power to tolerate. Now, when you come out into the field of action, so you have churned enough on you who you are, who you belong to, and what's your purpose, and you have kind of emerged those qualities within you. But then when you come into the field of action, you cannot just expect everything to be as you plan or as you expect them to be. And there is this couple, and they came, and the woman said that we cannot live together anymore. So I said, okay, so is there no love anymore in the relationship? So she said, yes, there is a lot of love. I still love him. He still loves me. So I said, then why are you saying you can't stay together anymore? So she said, I don't know. So I said, you see, we have this fancy idea that love is just love, but love is a lot of things. So if you have love but no patience, if you have love but no acceptance, if you have love but no tolerance, then that love is just a form of expectation. So if you are not willing to tolerate them as they are, and you are not willing to be patient, and you're not willing to have acceptance, then, or you are not willing to have humility that maybe the other person has a different point of view, and maybe that point of view is not understandable to you, but maybe they are right. If you don't have the humility to just recognize this one thing, then love is not love. It's just another form of expectation. It's your excuse to impose your ideas on the other. So Baba says an angel is always, loveful. And when you churn within yourself, you come to that attitude where, who I am like Baba, and my aim is to be sweet and loving and transition into an angel and then into a deity. You've churned all that. But if you basically don't have the power to tolerate, and then you will end up behaving like behaving like something that's the opposite of an angelic behavior. So, Baba says, in your mind, you need the power to churn. So, whenever you are sitting, you have to churn. And or you are doing something and there is free mind space, you churn. And churn on what is very important, because we churn and that churning becomes a disaster if you churn the wrong stuff. So detach from the old world and churn on the new, churn on the pure, churn on the true. And then when you come into action, when you speak and you act, you have to have a lot of tolerance. So use the power to tolerate. And in my experience, what blocks your power to tolerate is your fancy expectation that things and people will be my way. So, if you just programmed into yourself that when I come on the field of action, then behaviors and scenes in the drama and events will not be what I expected them to be, and it's okay. And I have the capacity to deal with that which is different from what I expected it to be. You just have to program into yourself this one thing. So you have to get mentally ready for the unexpected. So when you do that and you emerge your power to tolerate, that I have enough power to deal sweetly and lovingly with even things that are not going as I expected. And you just prepare yourself mentally for that in silence, then you will be able to keep up your goodness or your sweetness despite everything. So Baba says, churn on your sweetness and goodness inside, and then keep your power to tolerate emerged when you are on the field of action, so that you are not sucked into or you are not tricked by your old sanskars into action and words that don't suit your angelic consciousness. And Baba says, if you keep doing these two things, then the effort or the pathway to become an angel will become very easy, because otherwise you will keep saying, I'm trying hard, but somehow it's very difficult. This happened and that happened. So if you keep your power of churning ready and you have created that powerful state inside and you pull up your power to tolerate on the outside, then you will be successfully transitioning into your angelic stage full of light and might very soon. So this is something that Baba says today. And then there is this bit in the Murli that Baba talks about drama. So I touched that in the blessing also. And so you know that the drama is predestined. And the drama is made of soul's matter and God. So matter will behave as it is predestined to behave. Souls will behave as they are predestined to behave. And I just don't have to get sucked into it. And even if I keep labeling the scenes of the drama or the sanskars of the soul all day, they are what they are. So just like when Baba carries out his godly act of creation, he doesn't mind the drama. Do you think Baba ever has this feeling, oh my God, it is really Kali Yuga and very difficult to work in Kali Yuga? So Baba never creates this thought. Why? Because he knows it is what it is and he doesn't think about what is. He never thinks about what is. He only thinks about what he wants to create. Baba has so much clarity. He never sees us the way we are. If he saw us the way we are, he would get hopeless. But he sees us as he wants us to be, and he sticks to that. You know, no matter how badly we behave, he still doesn't see what is. He just focuses on what he wants us to be. And Baba says, you also do the same. You realize that now you are with Baba and your only job is to do that which makes you claim an inheritance. You focus on the future. You focus on who you want to be rather who you are with or what's happening with you. So Baba says, just focus on that one thing, and you should know that you have to go home and then come back to that world of happiness and purity and pure love. So you keep performing action which creates the sanskars that make you eligible to move to that world. So Baba says, don't focus on the side scenes anymore. Do you remain stuck in the side scenes all day? See, if you check, we are always stuck in the side scenes. And Baba says they are what they are, and they are like that every 5,000 years. So whether it's your immediate situation, whether it's your local situation, whether it's the global situation, it is predestined to be like this every 5,000 years. So you don't waste your thought and time after that. Just know it is what it is, and you focus completely on what Baba is giving you and what he's making in you and what you want to become. Use your time and thought for that. So this is something that Baba says. And then Baba today says, let me read that out to you. Baba says, your words should always be benevolent. You children have to become very sweet. Baba is sweet, is he not? Does Baba scold you ever? Baba is so sweet. Do you think we don't deserve to be scolded? The way we think others deserve to be scolded. Yes, do you not? Yes. So, there is this one sister, and she once asked me, Sister, how can we be sweet to people who don't deserve to be sweet? So I said, you look at Baba. You think you deserve to be talked sweetly to? But he still does it. So can we not do the same to others? How many mistakes did you make yesterday? Yes. And then today Baba talked to you and he began with sweet children. He didn't say no Murli for you today because you made 10 mistakes yesterday. So Baba is sweet. And Baba says, you children have to become very sweet, just like Baba. He accepts the donation of your anger. So Baba says, donate your anger to me. Yes, you don't have to use your anger anymore. The Father says, I am the ocean of love, and you also become that. He explains with great love. Now we also have to understand, love doesn't mean you don't correct, you don't You don't encourage, you don't inspire. You explain, you communicate, you do everything, but do it with love. Can you correct and encourage, and can you explain with love? Somebody burned the dish they were cooking, and then can you explain how to do it right with love? Or do you explain with love? I don't think you do that in that situation. You start with, don't you have brains, and how could you do this, and how could this go so wrong? So Baba says, I explain with love. I don't start with you fools. I start with you sweet children. So you can also do the same. Yes. Baba begins with sweet children, right? So can we not begin with sweet children when something goes wrong? We cannot begin with sweet children, they are not children. But sweet sister or sweet brother, we can. And it's very important. Baba says, I explain to you with love. Why can't you explain? And what more can you do? When something has gone wrong, you explain. That's what we do. But why can't we explain with love? So Baba says, I explain to you with love. Otherwise, some children cause so much upheaval because Maya spoils their head. And you must know this. If you are being bitter to somebody, you are creating an enemy. They are already under the influence of Maya. And if you want to create more enemies, you are welcome. But you must know what you're doing. You want to create more friends, or do you want to create more enemies? Yes, somebody makes a mistake, somebody has a weakness. You scream at them, you shout at them. You have created an enemy, and they are going to create trouble for you tomorrow. Because already Maya is spoiling their head, and now that they don't have the supply of the opposite of what Maya is giving them, Maya will become even more powerful. So Baba says, you give them what the soul needs. The soul needs love. All we need is love. And if you give them love, love will make them rise above their mistakes. Maybe not with the speed and the intensity you intend to. Yes, maybe they will not correct themselves in a day or in a month, but they will get better. And if you don't do that, they will become the opposite. And then it will be a burden for you. It is your child, your spouse, your family, your employee. And then there will be bigger trouble for you. Do you get that? So Baba says, this is why Baba has the thought of not saying anything to anyone, but just explaining with love. Just explain with love whatever you need to convey in that moment. And Baba says there is no need to show a stern eye, to speak loudly or become heated. Everything is spoiled by doing any of that. And there is absolutely nothing you gain by engaging in a behavior that is the opposite of love. Absolutely nothing. And you spoil the whole thing by doing that. And then Baba says it is much better to remain quiet And if you cannot come up with love, at least you be quiet and work on your inner self until you are able to emerge that love. If you take back the donation of vices you have given, you lose your status. And then the thing is, you cannot improve them by giving them a piece of your mind. And by getting angry, you lose your status also. So you were on the path of becoming a deity, and then because of this one excuse, you lose your status. So Baba says, to belong to Baba means you have donated the 5 vices. It is said, make a donation and the omens of the eclipse will be removed. So Baba says, how will the omen of Kali Yuga on you be removed if you take back your vices and start working with them? So have we all learnt the reason why we have to be sweet? Yes. Explain with love always. And there is a very beautiful saying in English, work with what you have got. Yes. And there is a reason why you've got what you've got, because you deserve that. You want to deserve better, you work well with what you've got. If you work badly with what you've got, you will deserve worse tomorrow, not better. So understand this and work sweetly and remember the drama. It is what it is. It's created from our past actions, but now at this point of time, you can't do anything about it. So accept it the way it is and focus on what you can make, what you can create. Emerge your power of tolerance. Churn deeply inside. Only then we will transition from a human to an angel. And then in the slogan, Baba says, to speak wastefully means to disturb many others. So, when you speak and there is a person that is listening to what you're speaking, then you are taking their mind space and filling it with your words. And when you are speaking wastefully, you are giving information into their mind which is not going to give them peace or happiness. So, when you're talking about the past, the future, or your fears, or somebody's weaknesses, so you are disturbing them. Yes, and if you disturb others, what will happen to you? You will be disturbed in the future. And this is why, sometimes people say that, I was just sitting and there was no reason, but I just started feeling very melancholy and very sad, and I was not feeling very bright and very happy. And there was this wave of sadness. Why? Because you have disturbed somebody. That disturbance comes to you in the form of energy. Remember this. This is a very spiritual law. So never speak wastefully. Never waste anybody's time and thought by your wasteful words. And if you disturb others, that disturbance comes back. So, Om Shanti.